Yesterday, I asked you what's your favorite loadout in Contractor Showdown. Let's see what you gave me. Starting out with a weird one, the double barrel and Glock 18. This is pretty unorthodox, but let's see how it goes. As we can see, the Glock here does 18 damage to a body shot and 25 damage to a headshot. Overall, not that bad. Next, we have the double barrel, 178 damage to the chest. That's really good. Not too much more to say about the double barrel. I wanted to see how it would stack up at range, and actually it's not that bad either. I almost killed him in 2 shots at 25 meters, only took 1 more round, but I thought I could do it, so I redid it, and yeah, you can definitely 2-shot from 20 meters. Overall, pretty good. These weapons held up actually better than I thought they would. My only problem is the lack of range. If you get outmatched around 50 meters, 75 meters, you're just done for. It's a shotgun or the pistol. But once you're up close, I mean, those guns, they did surprisingly good, especially the Glock. That really surprised me. But that's like a 6 out of 10 on my part. Decent. I just, that's not my thing. I wouldn't run it. Next up, we have the XM5 plus the M200 Intervention. These are both airdrop guns, so they might be harder to find. But let's see how they go up. The Intervention's next. It's really good. Only sniper to one-shot headshot. So that's about all you can say about it. The Honey Badger does 36 damage to the chest and 57 to the head, which is absolutely insane. This loadout is really, really good. Like, this is the best loadout you can really have in the game. The only problem I have with it is that they're both airdrop weapons. So while it's a good loadout, you're almost never gonna get this loadout. It's really hard to find. You're gonna have to hunt for airdrops. You're gonna be put into bad situations by getting surrounded around airdrops. So while this loadout would be a 10 out of 10, like just straight the weapon wise, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 just because it's a little held back by how hard it is to get these guns on your hands. Next up, we have the... Oh god. You were joking, right? I don't even know if you could put that scope on there. Okay, let's test it, I guess. As I go to test it, my suspicions were right. Yeah, you can't put the 8x scope on there. It would be really, really funny, so if the devs had that, I think that would be really sick. But as of right now, that's just not a thing. But since you can't do that loadout, I'm just going to do the next best thing and put the 4x scope on there. The Deagle, I think is horrible. It has 100 damage to a headshot, which is good, but you could almost out-damage it with anything. I don't see it ever being useful. And the second part of that loadout is fists. And, I don't know, I can't get a reading on how good these are, as they're not a thing in the game. That would be really funny if you could just absolutely destroy with, like, your fist. That would be really, really, really funny. But that's just not in the game right now. I wanted to retest the Deagle on the firing range, and it's all right. It does a little bit better than I thought because its range is decent. So if you could hit your shots, it might be decent. But I would just rather run any marksman rifle. But that concludes that loadout. That loadout is atrocious. Absolutely horrible. I think it was a joke, but I don't know. Some of these people are just brain dead. That's a 0 out of 10. I would just jump in the storm and just wait until die rather than use that loadout. Yeah, just 0 out of 10. Horrible. And finally, we have the R416 and the RFB. These weapons are both pretty decent. I've never really used the RFB, but let's see how it goes. As we can see, the R416 does 27 damage to a body shot and 42 damage to a headshot. Pretty low on the rifle scale, but not that bad. We have 55 damage for a body shot with the RFB, taking a couple of rounds to take out somebody. Decent. And we have 101 damage to the headshot. Again, on the lower end for the sniper rifles, but it's also semi-automatic. This loadout is pretty decent. The RFB actually surprised me because I tried it out on the range a little later, and that thing is very, very accurate, and you can hit some good beams on somebody with it just by spamming that trigger. So honestly, this loadout, I would give a 9 out of 10. This loadout's really good. The R416 can hit beams in the air. It's got great fire rate. It's got great damage. It's basically just like a better SMG. that it can hit long range. So yeah, this is at least a 9 out of 10. I don't know what to say. Pretty good. And that concludes the weapon ranking. This was a lot of fun to make. Some of these were pretty good. One of them was very, very cursed. But this is not the last time I will be doing this. At least I don't think so. So if you want to write down your loadouts in the comments, I'll respond. Maybe review them in one of the videos coming up. But yeah, if you liked it, hit the like button. If you really liked it, hit subscribe. And that's it. See ya.